is closer to 50 than to 0, have you ever considered that you would still suffer with adult acne? I know as a teenager, acne wasn't even something I considered that adults actually even went through. So keep watching this video to find out what could be causing it and what you can do to help. My name is Alison, and in this video I want to help you either recover from your adult acne or have it not start in the first place. Remember to like, subscribe, share, comment and hit the notification so you know when the next video is coming out. Let's get started. Just before I do start on that list, just to let you know that in the description below there is a free guide which is called Adult Acne More Than Skin Deep. So do feel free to download that guide. There's also the Eczema More Than Skin Deep and the Dry Skin More Than Skin Deep. Now, when it comes to adult acne, one of the things that could be the cause is genetics. So if either of your parents or aunts or uncles had acne, then there's a possibility or a stronger possibility that you could also suffer with it. But with that being said, it doesn't mean you have a thread or at least an anchor holding you down saying you have to have the acne, because there are many things you can do for it. Changes in your lifestyle can mean you can actually live without acne or actually get rid of acne once you do start to have it. Now, as an example, as a child, I did have acne, but my parents didn't have it at all. So for me, it didn't make any sense that I was getting it. So therefore, it could only be my lifestyle. So with that in mind, these are other things that could be triggering off your acne. Now, first and foremost, look at your food. There are known triggers for acne, especially as adults, because as you know, teenage acne tends to be caused by a buildup of sebum or oil, whereas adult acne can be caused by hormones specifically. Now, if it is your hormones, there are certain foods that can disrupt your hormonal system or your endocrine system. So gluten, which is wheat, rye and barley, they are known inflammatories for the body and they can therefore cause inflammation in the body, which comes out as acne on the skin. You also have milk. Now, milk has something in it which actually increases your IGF or your immunoglobulin. I forget the word, so I'm not going to try and pronounce it, but I will stick it in the bottom. IGF-1. So for those who have a lot of milk in their diet, specifically cow milk or cow milk products, you might find an increase in acne on your face. You get flare-ups, particularly around when your hormones are changing. You also find that a lot of men get acne if they are having a lot of whey proteins. If they're using whey proteins to build themselves up, they get a lot of back acne and also chest acne. So be warned to keep away from whey protein and switch maybe to a vegan or a pea protein. Now, skincare is equally as important as what you're putting in your body. So there are certain things that can trigger acne again. So when you do get acne, it's because your pores can be blocked. Now, so if that is the case, you want to make sure you are looking at products that are non-comedogenic. There is something called the comedogenic ratings chart, and that tells you what particular ingredients are more prone to block your pores. And again, in the link below, I will include a link for the comedogenic chart. As well as ingredients that can block the pores, you're also looking at things that can irritate the skin and trigger off adult acne as well. This can be fragrance, it can be preservatives in your products. So the best type of products to look for are either clean products, and I'll put a link into for an app called Think Dirty, and also products that have less ingredients in them. Now, there are certain products that only have ingredients in them to make them smell nice, which is fragrance, or to look nice with colours, but they can irritate the skin and trigger off your acne. So if you are going to use specific products, either look at natural skincare products or look at the cleaner end of synthetic chemical-based products. Now, with all that in mind, I'm also going to mention for ladies, makeup. Your makeup has a lot of ingredients, it has a lot of colour in there, it has a lot of fragrance in there. So look at using mineral makeup. Now, as well as using mineral-based makeup or using minimal makeup, you also want to look at cleaning your brushes on a regular basis. So for those who get adult acne a lot, you should be looking at using a lot of brushes or buying a lot of brushes, so you can therefore clean your brushes regularly. Now, when I say regularly, for me personally, I clean my brushes every single time I finish my makeup on my face. So I will wash my makeup brushes every single night, leave them to dry naturally or in a plastic bag or in a shower cap and hang it off the radiator. Now I'm actually going to rewind because there's something I forgot that is very, very important when it comes to skincare products. Now, when it comes to your body, don't be afraid to use moisturizers on the body. Now, people with acne tend to go for the drier thing, like dry skin oils or lotions that have a lot of water. Don't be afraid to moisturize with fragrance-free products. But when it comes to the face, don't be afraid to wash your skin with products that have oil in them. Now, people tend to believe, including myself in the past, that I had to keep away from all products that had oil. Now, the fact of the matter is, if you use products that strip away all your oils, your skin will then react by creating even more oil on your face to actually protect the skin. Your skin needs oil, it needs sebum. If you start stripping away at the skin, you can actually aggravate your skin and create more acne because the body starts to overproduce the sebum. So remember to use products that don't strip the skin, don't have alcohol in them. Because remember, we are not children, we're not teenagers, we're not getting acne because our skin is too oily, we're getting acne because of hormonal issues. Now with that in mind, I'm going to look at other things. So for me, I changed my pillow. I went from using a pillow that had fire retardant sprayed, which most things actually do. Most soft furnishings have fire retardant sprayed on them. Instead, I got rid of that pillow and switched to an organic pillow. This had a gluten-free buckwheat in there. I also made the change by having either silk or satin pillowcases. Cotton is good, it's natural, however, it absorbs moisture away from your skin and dries it out. So as well as getting acne caused by hormones or possibly oil, you might also find you're getting dry patches on your skin, which is what's happening to me. As a result of having those dry patches, I would get hypopigmentation from the dry patches, but the acne would give me hyperpigmentation. So hypo is when the skin gets lightened in those areas, and hyper is where it gets darkened in those areas. Now, if you are going to make the switch to using silk or satin pillowcases, you should still be aiming to change your pillowcases at least once or twice a week. The reason for this is if you have product on your hair, and that hair product is actually reacting, making your skin react, you want to make sure you're not having the product going from your hair onto your pillow, onto your face. So another point to make is maybe to wear a headscarf. It's not sexy, but it means, or a scrunchie. Tie your hair away from your face so the products in your hair aren't going back onto your face. And if you are aware that the actual hair product is causing problems for your skin, stop using it. It's that simple, it's not worth it. Find a natural product or find an alternative that your skin isn't reacting to. And again, I would say that I only found out the hard way because I was using a hair product. Because my scalp wasn't getting flaky, because my scalp wasn't an issue, didn't realise that the actual hair product was the issue for my face when my skin was breaking out. Simply because, number one, I like fragrance. Fragrance is a no-no. And number two, it worked well for my hair, so I was trying to ignore that fact. So don't ignore the problem with your face if you believe your hair product is causing it. Okay? The next one to go to is your phone. Now, nobody wants to hear this because we all love our phones. What are you doing with your phone? You're putting it to your face, you're putting it down on dirty surfaces. So if your phone is dirty and you're putting it to your face, whichever side you're putting it on, probably going to have more acne than the other side. Remember, dirt can also be a trigger for acne. Pollution can be a trigger. So if your phone is dirty, you're going to trigger off your acne even more, or actually just make it worse. So with that being said, either clean your phone religiously daily. Personally, I would either use earphones, but because of radiation and what I've learned about radiation, I tend to use a loudspeaker. So if somebody calls me and I'm not in an outdoor area, in an area I can talk using a loudspeaker, I ignore the call, go somewhere else, and then call them back and use the loudspeaker. It means the phone isn't touching my face. It's that simple. Now, because I have mentioned the fact that things touching your face can trigger your acne or inflame it and make it worse, I'm also going to point out that when you are actually washing your face or drying your face, your towels can be dirty as well. I'm not saying you're not washing them properly. What I am saying is if you dry your body, you're drying your feet, you're drying your private areas, and then that towel's being used the next day onto your face, then hey presto, you could be actually activating or making your acne worse. Also, if you are using a highly fragrant shower gel or something on your skin and then drying your face afterwards or the next day, that also can trigger off your acne. I know for a fact in the past I used to use highly fragrant shower gels, could still smell it on the towel. I would also use fabric conditioners when I used to wash my towels. I could smell it on the towel, it smelled gorgeous, but it was triggering off my acne. So what I started doing was either using paper towels, or I bought a pack of at least 20 cotton flannels, and I would use one flannel and then stick it in the wash. Once I'd gotten through about 10 of those, I'd wash them all at the same time on a nice hot wash, 40-degree wash with liquid laundry detergent, but no fabric conditioner. That's very important. So make sure you are using no fabric conditioner in your wash when you wash your flannels separately to everything else. I should also point out that when you are using your flannels on your face, if you have a lot of makeup on your face and you do the double cleansing method, use one flannel to, first of all, I'm going to start again. If you use oil on your face to clean your makeup off and then use a warm, wet flannel to wipe all that makeup off, have a separate flannel to then wash your face again with your soap or facial wash of your choice, and then make sure you dry your skin with that clean flannel. Don't go back to using the flannel that you cleaned your makeup off with. Now, I've mentioned at the beginning that your genetics could be one of the reasons for your acne, but there are so many things you can do to help prevent it from getting worse or even starting in the first place. And all those things I've listed so far can massively help. Now, there's certain things that can also trigger it, which you can't prevent whilst you're going through it. So one of those things is pregnancy, the perimenopause and the menopause. So obviously, whilst you are pregnant, you can't go on the pill, because sometimes the pill can help to, wouldn't get rid of your actual acne, but it can mask it can push it to the side, push it deep down into your body, which is what you don't want. So if you're on the pill and you have no acne, then you come off and your acne flares up. It's not because the pill has caused it, it's because the pill has merely let the body, it's almost like pushing it aside for a little while and hiding it. The problem could be within your body itself. So if that is the case, once you are over your pregnancy, then you can deal with it. If you are perimenopausal or menopausal, you need to look at, for example, your vitamin, do you have vitamin deficiency? If you have vitamin deficiency, you can actually address it once you know what it is. So go and visit your doctor, get a blood test to find out what's going on. If you then have a deficiency, rather than taking just a multivitamin, you could maybe take the individual ones. That is something you need to speak to your doctor or dermatologist about. Another point to make is also that there are certain medical conditions that can cause adult acne. PCOS or polycystic ovaries is one of those things. Again, if you do suffer with PCOS, look at your lifestyle. If you know that the medical condition is triggering your acne, again, speak to your GP, see what you can do about it. Some creams might offer temporary relief. I believe antibiotics can sometimes offer temporary relief. However, antibiotics strip your gut of good and bad bacteria. If you then strip your gut of good and bad bacteria, you can then aggravate your acne further later on down the line. So products you're using, oral medication you're taking could trigger off acne as well, because you're damaging the actual gut. So if you have acne, I would say go to your GP or speak to your dermatologist about how you can strengthen your body, your immune system, how you can reduce inflammation within your body, because once you address those issues, your acne will be improved when you make those changes. Probiotics can help, certain supplements can help, certain vitamins can help. I'm also going to mention there's a company online that I came across called the Anti-Acne Club, and they offer you a supplement that's got all these different vitamins within them. I have tried them and I did like their supplements, but I only started using them after I addressed the issues with food and with my skincare, and also things like makeup. So once you've addressed those issues, if you still have some acne happening, you can look at the Anti-Acne Club, because they offer you that one supplement which can actually help with your deficiencies. Now, I'm not being sponsored by them. I've merely used their products and found they worked for me. But as we are all unique, it might not work for you. So it's trial and error. Now, with all that being said, I've looked at genetics. Now, I'm going to have a look at my list. Food, skincare, pillows, pillowcases, your phones, your towels. What I haven't mentioned is stress. Okay, so I'm going to say I've mentioned your hormones, pregnancy, menopause, perimenopause. the undiagnosed health conditions and the pill. But what I haven't mentioned is stress. So for those of you who are in the know, you will know that when you have acne, it causes stress. It can also cause depression. Stress in itself can also trigger acne. So it's like a reoccurring hellish cycle. So you need to manage your stress. That is where something as simple as deep breathing, calm, meditation, even yoga, and even exercise, because yes, exercise can trigger it off if you get too sweaty, but you can spray your skin and you can pat it dry. Find ways of dealing with your stress, and that can also help with your acne in the long term. I hope you found this really, really useful, because I know I didn't know all this information when I first started on my journey, and as a result I had acne as an adult from the ages of that 31 to 40 odd, so for 10 years at least. So I really hope you found it useful. So please do remember to like, subscribe, share, comment, hit that notification so you know when the next video is coming out, and I will keep you educated and I will keep myself on the know-how when it comes to anything new, and therefore let you know what is going on in the world of acne and eczema. Thank you.